I just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son.
New updates in Lil Durk's case have reportedly brought optimism to his camp after a court date was officially scheduled. Sources say Durk has remained positive behind bars and recently reached out to close friends following encouraging developments from his legal team. His attorney also expressed strong confidence about the upcoming trial, suggesting they believe the case could move in a favorable direction.
At your speaker, I got Ike right here, I got Chucky right here, I got Mando right here. Who you gonna be get first? Who gonna be beat that? But you on big look. In the lab every day. Simple. Y'all be asking about you. You know that. I'm working on EP, I'm feeling good as feeling good. I can rock it on live. Like literally, you gonna see that.
The latest developments in Lil Durk's case have drawn reactions across the rap industry, including support from Young Thug, who publicly posted a message hoping for Durk's release. Attorney Bradford Cohen also weighed in, praising defense lawyer Brian Steele and suggesting the case may be more beatable than many expected. Legal commentator Mo from Lawyers for Workers further explained that federal prosecutors reportedly removed several pieces of evidence they initially planned to present at trial. According to the discussion, those changes have created uncertainty around parts of the government's case moving forward.
Of the matter is his trial team has won a number of points in this case. Some of the evidence that they wanted to use has actually been withdrawn so that the judge didn't have to exclude it. When they bought this case, they said the conspiracy started in August 2022. That's when Durk arranged to get these rentals, these flights. That's when he made arrangements for the bounty. Then they switched that and they said, actually, the conspiracy started back when November 2020. And here's the big one. When they charged Durk, they said in the indictment about the bounty that at the direction of defendant Durk Banks, defendant Wilson, that's OTF Didi, would pay the bounty or monetary reward to the That's gone.
Lil Durk's legal team is expected to use these recent developments during the next bond hearing as they push for his release. At the same time, prosecutors reportedly introduced an additional backup charge, a move some legal analysts describe as a final attempt to strengthen the case before trial if they believe their original arguments may not be enough.
Added a fallback charge. So when they bought the case, the original indictment, there was no stalking charge. In the second superseding indictment against Durk, they added a stalking charge. And the stalking charge is important because it doesn't require any contract. No quid pro quo, no bounty, no payment theory. You can add that charge and simply prove that, hey, he was telling people to go do this. He didn't necessarily pay them to go do but he was telling them to go follow that guy. He was telling them to go stalk that guy. And a jury can look at it and say, a lot like in the Diddy case, that, hey, not exactly sure here. Very, 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 very suspicious individual over here. I'm going to go ahead and hit him with the lesser charge. And so, when the government puts in that fallback charge later in the case, that tells you that they're not 100% sure.
Lil Durk also appeared to respond indirectly through an Instagram story post shared by his team, hinting at disappointment over the lack of public support from many people in the music industry. Aside from messages from Young Thug and a few close associates, several major artists remained quiet during the recent updates surrounding his case. The post suggested that difficult situations reveal who truly stays loyal, while media personality DJ Academics also commented on how many rappers seem to distance themselves from Durk during the controversy.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of them went on tour with, did songs with, called you their brother, their twin. I wouldn't be surprised if these rappers try to fuck India. These are down low and dirty. And I think this is what, I think Durk right now is thinking that, man, I thought I was just with a whole bunch of real. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. And I feel bad for Durk. When King Slime got locked up, there was a whole parade. Free him. Free him. Free him. Oh, nah. Everybody would post details of the case. How is this humane? How could they do this? Yo, free. Not Smirk. No, free Slime. Durk got locked up. They might give that half a bar. Free Smirk. And they moved the. I'll give credit. I have heard some of these guys have sent lawyers. Good for that. But Smirk is in there, man, realizing the world don't stop spinning because you locked up.
Despite industry silence, Lil Durk continues receiving support from close fans and family as optimism around his case grows. DJ Vlad even suggested Durk has a real shot at winning. Court filings reportedly requested house arrest, with Durk offering to fund security monitoring while awaiting trial, signaling confidence about eventually returning home.
The PC.
Hey. He got a computer. He got a computer.
Hey, I respect your mom forever.
A lot of them niggas be going straight to TZ.
Lil Durk's attorneys argue his jail conditions support the request for house arrest. Court filings claim he has been held in restrictive housing since August 2025, spending nearly all day inside a small cell. His legal team and family reportedly raised concerns, saying the treatment has become increasingly difficult for him.
They got Lil Durk in a hole for basically some BS. And right now we're going to show the paperwork. They saying that he was caught with a cell phone, and basically that's not true. They trying to keep him in a hole, do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing or whatever, but they trying to make a point because they saying that me and him is privileged and we got so many things going on, and it's a lot of.
After spending long periods isolated in jail, Lil Durk reportedly shared messages about wanting to move in a more positive direction and become a better example for younger generations. He spoke about the importance of guiding kids toward better choices and being someone they can look up to. Meanwhile, DJ Academics suggested the experience may permanently change Durk's outlook once he is eventually released.
Yeah, the Durk y'all loved when he was free, if he gets back out again, he'll never be that Durk. I'm going to tell you why. He done learned a lot of lessons. This is me assuming. Nothing he's told me. But the things that he did for others. Y'all know when he came on my podcast, right? And he said, man, yo, Gunna's a snitch. I can't Gunna. Man, that. I don't care. I love Thug. He said that because Thug told him. Yo, what Durk is realizing, Durk is a great soldier, but nobody looked at him like a leader. Durk was willing to move on behalf of the people he's loyal to when they get locked up. When he locked up, they might drop him as a bar in a song, but...
Despite the recent optimism surrounding Lil Durk's case, a new courtroom update reportedly introduced another complication. According to comments shared by DJ Academics, prosecutors referenced claims that one alleged associate connected to Durk supposedly made statements to a fellow inmate who was later identified as a confidential informant. The reported conversation allegedly involved retaliation connected to the death of D-Tang.
Gets locked up in a cell, and they give him a cellmate. He tells his cellmate who he murdered, how he murdered him, the homie he did the murder with, and who was supposed to pay him for the murder. Thank you. Come again. Perfect. Got him. So he confessed, essentially. He's talking to a cellmate. Listen to how he's talking to his cellmate, chat. Yeah, I had the standard, folk, with a 60 round in that on Mike. I let 3 shots out when he first came out. Marley said, yo, wait till he get to the car. I said, yo, tweaking, boy. By the time he get to the car, that's enough time for him to get his pipe. Yo, so now the cellmate, who's a confidential source, is saying, tell me.
Some investigators reportedly believe prosecutors may be restructuring the case against Lil Durk by delaying proceedings and reorganizing evidence. According to speculation, authorities could potentially combine additional allegations into a revised case, while also attempting to use material connected to King Von to argue motive.
Surveillance surrounding the death of King Von, and the motion to exclude this evidence was denied, meaning the judge is going to allow witnesses to testify about and allow the video of King Von to be played at the trial. And this is important because prosecutors wanted to use this evidence to argue that King Von is the reason or motive as to why Durk offered this bounty on Quando Rondo. And so with this ruling, the jury will get to see and hear about all.
According to courtroom discussions, the judge reportedly approved the use of footage connected to King Von because prosecutors believe it may help explain the alleged motive in the case against Lil Durk. Authorities reportedly argued that reactions and celebrations online following Von's death may have intensified tensions and influenced later retaliation claims.
Looked at King Von getting... How did you feel, considering the animosity between you guys up to that point?
Like my real first action thought, I was happy.
You're happy?
I was happy.
When you heard that, considering the back and forth that y'all have had in your own ways, how did you feel?
So I kind of...
You were happy?
Can I say I was kind of happy? No, seriously, I was, though. It was up. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he did. But I was happy as when I found out Von was dead. I cooked for the whole day. wild people out.
Prosecutors also plan to introduce lyrics attributed to Lil Durk that reference King Von, including lines where he mentions people urging him to slide for Von and his awareness of online pressure. They also intend to connect those lyrics to a past interview with DJ Academics, where Durk discussed similar remarks, arguing it could help establish context around alleged motive and public reaction.
I'm not sure about the slide for Von comments. I don't know if people still say it. They used to say it, but you also mentioned a song. They be like, they be singing Slide for Von. I think they trolling me. Yo, by the way, that song is fire. I ain't gonna lie.
For some reason, I just don't see them comments no more. For some odd reason. I don't know. Might be the water.
Prosecutors are also expected to point to additional lyrics attributed to Lil Durk that reference ignoring online talk about King Von and responding to location-related threats. They argue these lines could be used to suggest awareness of public pressure and alleged retaliation themes, framing them as part of their broader attempt to establish motive within the ongoing case against Durk.
Is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sign.
Some of the claims being discussed around Lil Durk's case have continued to spread online as his legal situation develops in court. Reports suggest prosecutors are presenting multiple forms of evidence, while defense attorneys push back against how the case is being built. The discussion has also pulled in references to past incidents involving King Von, with commentators arguing that older events are being used to establish motive. However, many of these points remain part of ongoing legal arguments, and the court has not issued a final conclusion as proceedings continue.